Let's talk about landscape maintenance and roadway medium oversight a year later. I think it's an extremely interesting conversation to have. Because I'm going to take you down memory lane. I know you guys all love memory lane. And this is February of last year. We've noticed that a lot of our medians have missing or dead plants. Have you noticed that? Some of them look pretty shabby, don't they? Actually, I think they're shabbier today than they were a year ago. And so we wanted everybody to remember that landscape center medians are funded by a landscape maintenance district. That's a Proposition 218 assessment district that's on your tax bill. It's called LMD 2008-1. You get to pay for it every year. What is it now? 60? Anybody remember? You remember, Rick? $67 a year? $62 a year. Why don't I remember? Because it's not on my property tax bill. But that's a different story. Because when the city, at the last time, decided they wanted to expand 2008-1, they decided to dissolve all their existing districts and reform them, and they left one little sliver of Santa Clarita out of that thing, which happened to be White's Canyon. And if you live by White's Canyon, you didn't get it, right? So that's what happened. Huh? Well, yeah, but that's because of the later when they went to that other part of the district, yeah. But so anyway, all the media maintenance is contracted out. Actually, I was listening to that discussion at the last council meeting. I actually had to leave early, but I went and I listened to them talk about what's a contract city. And they said, oh, well, we contract out fire and police. That makes us a contract city. Well, they contract out police, fire, landscape maintenance, construction. You know, I don't think they do anything. But they contract it all out. So they contract this stuff out. And then in December of 2014, they approved $500,000 to give to 4 contractors to inspect the work that the people they contracted to do the maintenance did. Now, I had to think about that a little bit. Let me think about this a little bit. You are an organization or company. You have a contracts organization. You get a bid and you contract something out and you don't check to see if they ever do the work. You need to contract another contractor to check to see the work. So I decided we were going to be the contractor that checked the contractor that checked the work. There you go. So with all the money spent on maintenance and oversight, you would think there shouldn't be a problem. You'd think everything was really great. If you looked at this year's budget, you'll find out that LMD 2008-1 was slated to go $1.5 million in the red. I don't know where they're spending it, but it's $1.5 million in the red. So if we perceive we're not getting good service and we want to see some improvements, well, we gotta let the city know what our concerns are. And what we did was Rick Drew and I went and videoed Soledad Canyon Road from Sand Canyon to Shadow Pines, and we presented it to Ken Striplin on February the 2nd of 2015, and he said, oh yeah, we'll take care of all this. And if you remember, I'm not going to show it to you again, but if you remember, we showed it. Remember, it kind of had stop action, and every time there was a hole, something was missing, we went on down and we did that. Really interesting. Remember, this is your city. We're paying to plant and keep our center medians in good condition, so we need to speak up and make sure we get what we pay for. That's part of what it is to be the person that monitors the contractor, that does the work. I don't know. So I put in a public records request. I did it on January the 4th, 2016. I said, it's a year's gone by. Landscape Maintenance District Monitoring using, and you might remember these guys, Brian Smith Consulting, landscapeconsultant.com, mustn't have an office, Aquila Consulting, and Jeff Maxwell Design. They all got a contract, each one of them, for a period not to exceed 18 months. And it's a month-to-month contract, not to exceed 18 months. 1 year has passed. We actually had and talked about what their contract actually said and what they were supposed to do. And basically, they each had a particular area to look at. And when they looked at that particular area, they were supposed to tell staff when certain things needed to be done. And they were also supposed to put in service requests when they saw things that weren't quite correct. So we said, 1 year's passed. I'm looking out there now. I could put in 110 service requests just on my way home. So what have they done? What do you think? So what I asked for is I said, give me all the work products generated by the contractors in performance of their duties monitoring the landscape maintenance district. And I said it should include, but it doesn't have to be limited to, all phone records, reports, emails, correspondence, service requests opened by the named contractors. And then I thought to myself, you know what, maybe I ought to find out how much they paid them. So give me a copy of your invoices received from and your payments to the named contractors responsible for performing the monitoring services. I would have thought that within 2 days, they would have inundated me with information. I mean, that just seems like an easy thing. You got someone that's put in all these service requests and you paid them. How difficult could that be to find the information? Well, that's what I've got so far. Nothing. I'm still waiting. I had expected that I would have stuff by this meeting because it's past the 2 weeks that they supposedly say is the maximum amount of time it takes to get things. So I'm going to start making phone calls, and by next month, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this once again.